Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, I was going to do a package opening because I've got a bunch of packages. But, you know, with a lot of discouragement out there, I thought I wanted to talk about sound money today. And by sound money, I wanted to pull out a couple of items that this note, a silver certificate I just got not too long ago. I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and then I want to talk a little bit about these walking liberties. And there's a reason why I chose something in relatively a similar time frame, because it's the best comparison. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up. It helps out more than you know. I do these videos just to try to help people. Some people think, oh, YouTubers make a ton of money. We don't. We do this more for the fun. The amount of time that I put into this compared to what I get from YouTube is minuscule. I think if I was to hourly out it, I'd probably make about, I don't know, $2 an hour, maybe $1 an hour. So it's kind of comical, but I enjoy doing it, and I truly do want to help people out. So with that being said, we're going to talk a little bit about this. I just want to shut this do not disturb because it was driving me nuts. So I chose this. The reason I chose this is a silver certificate Fiat banknote. A lot of people turned in their gold, they turned in their silver, and they started taking notes like this, that they could go to the bank and exchange them for $1 in silver. Now, you know, these a lot lighter than maybe a Morgan dollar, a Peace dollar. You can put it in your pocket. It's not going to be clinking around in there. However, the problem with that comes up is this is just paper. Now, I know this right here, some people might be like, well, it's just silver. You really aren't going to really do anything with them. They're just going to hold that silver form. And to a point, that might be true, because I can't imagine anybody melting these down, but it has happened in the Great Melt. For those of you that don't know what the Great Melt was, this was in like the 80s when silver was through the roof, and people were selling anything silver that they had, and they melted down some pretty good stuff. Maybe some Tiffany silverware sets, maybe some silver Morgans, maybe some constitutional stuff, and it actually did get melted down because they needed silver, and silver was really running like crazy. And the people that traded their silver in for paper money really lost out. Now, the people that sold it, you know, in the 80s, I mean, silver was high. Silver was almost $50. And who even really knows if it was actually a little higher than that at certain points? I know some people will be like, no, the charts tell us. But the charts don't always tell us. And the reason I say the charts don't always tell the true story is because even if you look at what happened with gold a couple nights ago on Sunday night, go look at charts today and look at the chart of what gold did, and you're not going to see that big jump. And the reason you won't see that is because after the event happens, a lot of times, if it didn't close, your spot price, your daily spot price, if you go back and you look at history of daily spot prices, it will only show you the spot price at the close or at the open. And that's a little unfair because you could have some crazy reaction like we seen the other night with gold, where gold ran all the way up to 2147, and essentially it got beat right back down before the markets even opened. And there's a reason why it had to be beat down instantly. It wasn't what they'll tell you, that people came to their senses and it was overpriced. That's BS. That's a cover story. What it was manipulation. Just like we have a plunge protection team in the stock market, I believe they have a silver manipulation team that literally handles gold and silver manipulation. And if it's not a team to keep the prices down, then it's just big banks that are just manipulating the markets. We've seen time and time again where banks either were found guilty of manipulation or spoofing, or they were found to just pay the fee and settle the case without having to claim and admit guilt. Now, in some cases, I guess, I wouldn't want to claim guilt if I could pay a fine, especially if the fine was lower than the reward for the crime. I mean, you go rob a bank for $1 million and then you get hit with look, you either are we can go to court, or you can just settle and you give us $500,000 and you don't have to plead guilt, but it's over. I mean, think about it. You just made $1 million off the crime. You might as well pay that $500,000 and just settle it out and not have it hanging over your head. And that's what I believe a lot of these settlements are for, even though, you can't, they're not guilty officially. You can't say they're guilty officially, but I mean, they settled and people know why they settled. I mean, you don't take a settlement of $100 million. I can't imagine their legal fees would have been $100 million. So it had to be because they knew they were wrong and they didn't want to bring more attention to it. But what we'll see time and time again, if you compare similar aged coins. Now, don't compare a $2 silver half dollars like this to, we'll say, a $1 from the Civil War. I mean, obviously the Civil War dollar will probably be worth more. But then if you compared it to a Civil War coin, you could possibly get a coin that might be worth more. Now, here's the other thing, too. This is paper. So, I mean, it's going to be beat up more. It's going to get used. They shred a lot of these. So this does have a little bit of a collectible value. I've traded all my paper notes. I only picked a couple of these up because I had gotten rid of my entire Fiat note collection. That means all my red silver certificates, my star notes, my orange, my blue silver certificates, everything. I got rid of it all. And I got rid of it all because someone offered to trade me I think it was like 3 times face for each note and pay me in silver. So I got to buy silver with the 3X notes. Now, granted, at the time, the silver coins, I might have gotten, say, $3 for this bill, but the silver was only 16X. So it was a good deal for me. And I felt like I did all right with that. Fast forward to today, a note like this is going to run $4 or $5. Depending on where you find it. So, I mean, if someone offered me $5 for this, I would sell it in a minute for $5. I probably wouldn't want to ship it, so I unfortunately can't do much with the people on YouTube because I don't like shipping, because now you factor in a whole nother cost, and if it gets lost, I don't want to be responsible, me personally, for it. But I picked up some of these the other day as part of a deal, just more as a training and teaching benefit to people. But fast forward, and we just explained that this now is worth 4 or 5X, but these now aren't 16X anymore. Now they're 20X. So as you can see, the silver is climbing at a faster and faster rate, and I believe that's going to continue to happen. But it ain't just going to be on stuff like this. It's going to be on stuff like this, whether it's generic bars, generic rounds, maybe a sovereign coin from another country, such as a maple. It is silver. And I know some of this stuff, some people will say, oh, that's just bullion, junk bullion. But some of this stuff does have collectible value to people, because this right here is going to be the last queen coin. I mean, this is a 23. I don't think they put her at all on 24s, but I'm not 100% sure. They might have, but I don't think they did. And then if you take something like this, a lot of people here in the United States like American Silver Eagles. Now, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a tax professional, but from what I understand, people like that because of the benefits, the tax benefits that come with buying American gold or American Silver Eagles. You pay a higher premium, but you get a tax break, a certain amount of tax break with that. But I am not a professional, nor would I want to be. I would just ask my accountant if I ever got to the point where I was going to sell my stuff. I would take pictures of what I'm selling, I'd sell it, and then I would talk to my CPA, because truthfully, that's all they do. Just like, I was telling someone the other day, we were having a discussion on something else, and made the comment, oh, so if a therapist told you something, you would believe them? And I said, well, yeah, they're a professional. Just like, I mean, if it was a coin question, or I'm sorry, a bullion question, I mean, I would hope most of my friends would listen to me about bullion before they listen to some random dude off the street. You know, I'm hoping I'm everybody's favorite YouTuber, but with that being said, you know, that's why I would go to a CPA and specifically tell them what I sold. Now, there are a lot of YouTube videos out there that have explained out the benefits of buying American coins versus bullion coins. But me, I don't plan on selling, and I have a belief that a day will come where the Fed will not exist anymore in the way that they exist now. People will get fed up with taxes and everything, and it will come to an end. And at that point, I might be willing to sell some honest money, some silver, for something else of honesty. But as of right now, I'd rather convert paper in any form for real silver. So it just makes sense to me. So with that being said, I didn't want to do a package opening because I know a lot of people are discouraged with what happened with silver and gold. However, the system, the can be kicked a little longer. Eventually it will come to an end, and when it does, that will be it. So I'm going to keep stacking for now, and I thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you hit the thumbs up button, especially if you made it this far into the video and that you're subscribed. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Remember, sound money always wins. Take care. Bye-bye.